From Nokulunga Budolaisi, the snake woman to Bakhar Nabieva, the pretty bodybuilding model, here are the 10 most unusual women in the world. We have all been dazzled by the exquisite face of a beautiful model. They always seem so perfect and never fail to make us turn our heads. How can we look like them if we are not lucky enough to be endowed with dream genetics? Well, there is only one other solution: cosmetic surgery, with its successes but also its risks. Imagine succumbing to the scalpel, getting a taste for it, doing it again too many times until you end up looking like this 68-year-old model. The very disturbing photos of this woman appeared for the first time a few years ago on the internet with the caption, "Barbie doll after several failed plastic surgeries." Ow. It's chilling, isn't it? These shocking photos seem to show a woman with disfigured facial features and hair, standing between two perfectly normal young people. Rest assured, these photos are completely fake and come from the Instagram account of an artist named Luis Baptista. The artist created the illustration of the character, Weirdo Helena, to inform people about the dangers and problems of the beauty industry, and we can say that it is successful. I'm sure that, like me, any urge to call a plastic surgeon has passed you by forever. In the end, you feel good the way you are, and it's much better that way. Who among us has ever been fascinated by those people who have incredibly flexible bodies and who have fun doing captivating acrobatics in front of our astonished eyes? You have certainly wondered many times how these people do it, and you have certainly tried to twist your own body, without succeeding. Yes, but did you know that there are people who can do it naturally and without effort? Yes. Here is Nokulunga Budolaisi, alias the Snake Woman. This South African from Johannesburg can twist her body in the most incredible way, like a snake. Indeed, her body can take incredible forms, some of which are extremely difficult to achieve, even for the greatest contortionists. But it must be said that the case of this woman is not that common. Well, Nokulunga Budolaisi has not practiced gymnastics since she was a child. She would rather have inherited this particular gift from her grandmother who, according to her, had a snake gene. Wow, we could better understand where this young woman's ability comes from, as she was already able to contort herself as a baby. Thanks to her unique gift, Lunga has conquered many spectators and viewers around the world thanks to the surreal shapes she gives to her body. And, let's admit it, we will never get tired of it. We let you appreciate the images. They say that there is no age limit to success. This is an inspiring phrase for many people who believe that it is often too late to change their lives. This is not true, because how many people have been able to get what they wanted out of life, despite their advanced age? Still not convinced? Let me introduce you to Daphne Self, a 92-year-old model. At her age, this British woman is the oldest model in the world, and she started her job in 1949. Daphne managed to work as a model at a time when it was difficult to do so. But a decade later, she decided to leave the world of fashion and glitter only to return many years later. At 70 years old, and despite her advanced age, she started modeling again, proving to everyone that age has never been a brake to pursue her passion. A passion that will put her in front of the biggest brands, including on Instagram where she has tens of thousands of followers. Sometimes model, supermodel, the muse of makeup products, this blossoming grandmother does not intend to stop anytime soon. Today, at 92 years old, Daphne Self is still dapper and her walk has not taken a wrinkle. Do you like this video? Then don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next publications. Let's continue. This 54-year-old Swedish bodybuilder is one of the greatest female bodybuilders in the world. You only have to look at her record of achievements and the numerous competitions she has taken part in to understand how this mother of a family has made a place of merit in this world long reserved for men. But to get there, Irene Anderson had to train seriously and regularly to develop her muscles, and this from the age of 15. And she has been doing it ever since, even after she gave birth to her 3 children. Other sports such as martial arts and kickboxing are no secret to this lady with the imposing build but radiant smile, who can beat anyone. The years of hard work finally paid off, and Irene even starred in a documentary film, Too Big for the World, released in 2016, about female bodybuilding. Because, well, women bodybuilders have nothing to envy men. Meet Duongjae Samaximam, the woman with the biggest hands in the world. Affected by a rare infection since birth, this 60-year-old woman from a village in Thailand quickly found herself with hands that were too big for her size. They were also too heavy because each of her hands weighed 10 kilograms. Living as a recluse, refusing to go to school, Duongjae preferred to live isolated from the rest of the world rather than show herself in public with these hands that made her simplest tasks, such as dressing, washing, or brushing her hair, painful and distressing. For her, it was for the best, until the day she had to take over the family grocery store and take care of her parents. Many doctors looked into her rare case without knowing its true nature, until it was finally diagnosed by a Japanese doctor. However, despite the many surgeries she underwent, her hands remained large. And although it has been suggested that her hands be removed, Duongjae refuses to do so, preferring to keep her hands, however large they may be, despite the difficulties they cause her in her daily life. What courage! Duongjae Samaximum's case is exceptional, but it is so interesting that her story was the subject of an episode of the series Body Bazaar. Having perfect skin is one of the beauty assets that everyone dreams of having. Some people are very lucky to have this asset, while others do everything to have the smoothest, clearest, and most beautiful skin. Others, on the other hand, prefer to take advantage of their skin's imperfections. Yes, they do. One of the reasons Cheryl Shaw was able to land a modeling contract was because of her skin pigmentation. Suffering from a congenital skin disease called melanocytic nevus, this mother of two from Birmingham suffered from harassment and the nickname of Dalmatian for a long time because of the big dark spots on her skin, on her body, and on her face. But one day, the ordeal stopped as Cheryl started to be noticed online. Indeed, the young woman has just created a page on Instagram where she starts to show her skin. This initiative ends up bearing fruit because she is spotted by Models of Diversity, a charity that advocates diversity in the world of modeling. Thanks to this organization, Cheryl was put in contact with some clothing brands and was able to do her first shoots proudly showing her skin marks. That's right, the one who once dreamed of becoming a model, now sees her dream come true. But above all, she just proved to everyone that she is a woman who feels good about herself. This is a beautiful and inspiring story. Every day, thousands of people make the decision to change careers. Well, this can happen for many reasons, and generally, those who decide to change careers opt for a job where they can fully live their passion and blossom. But others prefer to reconcile work and passion. Such was the case of Julie Oren, a female soldier who became a model. That's right, this former Israeli fighter has become a model for many armament companies. Well, we could have chosen any other model, without necessarily being a soldier. But we have to admit that when it comes to posing with weapons, Julie Oren knows better than anyone else. It all started in 2015 when Julie posted photos of herself on Instagram showing her during a training session. Since then, this gun queen, as she calls herself, has been posing for gun companies, especially for the American market. Also, Julie believes that she is a pioneer in modeling specialized in the sale of weapons in the Hebrew state, a country where the laws are strict about firearms. Very active on Instagram but also on YouTube, where she has her own channel, Julie Oren has many admirers, especially in the United States. Well, this is not viewed favorably by everyone. By reconciling her military career and modeling, Julie hopes to achieve her ambitions, and why not, become a Hollywood actress, like a certain Gal Gadot. Here is Lyudmila Tichenkova, probably the woman with the longest neck in the world. This young Ukrainian woman suffers from Marfan syndrome, one of those rare genetic diseases that give the body an abnormal and sometimes disproportionate size. Because of this disease that affected the connective tissue in her spine, Lyudmila has this asset that makes others very surprised and curious about her. But you know what? It's not just Lyudmila's neck that's long, but her whole body. Because, well, Marfan's syndrome has caused this young woman's body to stretch to about 2.10 meters tall, according to some sources. Of course, it wasn't easy for this young woman to put up with this height and a long neck that made her feel ashamed at first. But after undergoing surgery to remedy her problem, Lyudmila now leads a normal life, and the difficulties she suffered from are a distant memory. Thanks to her incredible physical assets, the young woman has even been offered to model for some brands. To achieve something in your life is wonderful, isn't it? If you wanted to achieve something, what would it be? Well, you can think about that for as long as you want, but first, let me tell you about an extraordinary feat. Chris Walton, an American singer nicknamed the Duchess, has made it into the Guinness World Records. This record was not for the longest song in the world, but for the longest nails in the world. That's right, Chris let her nails grow until they reached 6 meters long in total. And to celebrate this, she decided to paint them with a golden varnish. It took Chris many years to achieve this feat, and therefore a lot of patience. On the other hand, as she herself explained, it is not easy to perform everyday tasks with such nails. But Chris is perfectly used to it, and it's well worth it. Do you know Bakhar Nabieva, aka Miss Iron Bum? This bodybuilder and model, born 27 years ago in Azerbaijan, has an impressive look because of her size and beauty. For a long time humiliated because of her thinness, the young woman succeeded in facing the look of the others thanks to her courage and her determination. By dint of training and exercises, Bakhar Nabieva has built her body and her career. With the help of social networks, the young woman has become one of the most famous extraordinary women in the world. Well, we can say that this fitness expert has reached her goal. You just discovered 10 incredible women. What do you think of all these women who don't look like the others? Leave us your thoughts in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.